I once put out a fire using my neighbour's milk.
Lee's team, is that possible?
Was it a very small fire?
It was, you know, a fire. Say for example, that desk was on fire. It was about that big, and it wasn't just one neighbour's. It was about 15 neighbours.
15 neighbours. What time of day was this?
In the morning when the milk came.
One of your neighbours were up early enough to bring the milk.
It was a Saturday. It's a Saturday, they having a lie-in and you get double milk because of the Sunday, you know.
So what was on fire, please?
It's just on like a field, there was like some dried grass.
Just a bonfire, then?
Well, we just thought, oh, look at that dried grass, let's set it on fire. And, you know, that's what you do when you're 25. I think we were about 8 or 9.
But basically, you're an arsonist. You started the fire...
Yes.
...and then stole some milk in order to put it out, when it could have just burnt out quite happily on its own. There was no need, really, to pour...
Yeah, but at 8, I've not got this knowledge of fire. I'd seen 3 episodes of London's Burning. I don't know why...
I'm not sure that adds up, Jason. How long's London Burning been on?
I think you can believe him. He's seen London's Burning.
I'm not sure London's Burning, the programme, was on.
So you're disputing when London's Burning first came onto our screen?
Yes, that's it, yeah.
Right, Jason was born in 1981, so he is alleging that by 1989, London's Burning was already on television. I believe him.
1981, he looks like me uncle.
Anyway, can we get back to the story? How far did you have to go to get the milk?
I was a kid, I didn't measure it. I mean, about...
Give us a rough...
12.5 metres.
About 12.5
metres.
Why don't you just get a knock at the door and say, quick, the field's on fire?
Because then that would be admitting that there was a fire, whereas in this instant, the only thing that happened was a milkman got sacked for not delivering milk.
So there was, just to clarify, before we say our decision, you took how many bottles of milk to put out the fire?
15 or so.
15?
15, 10.
Well, I take you back to your earlier answer, which was 15 houses, and on a Saturday they got double milk.
He's very fair-minded. He took 1 pint from each.
So what are you going to say, Lee? What are you going for here?
Oh, I don't know now.
The whole answer was delivered in such an implausible and frankly guilty-sounding way.
What do you think, Miranda?
I think it's a truth.
Well, Jason, where were you brought up?
Manchester.
Yeah, you see, I was brought up around Manchester, and I can imagine the bit about you saying, all right, let's go in there and set fire to a field. Believable. Yeah. Here we go, oh, no, that's a bit big. Better put it out with some milk and be good citizens. Yeah. Doesn't really sort of add up.
So what are you going to plump for?
You're saying the truth.
Truth.
You're saying a lie.
Yeah.
I'll go with Miranda and say we think that's the truth.
You're saying it's the truth. OK, so, Jason, is it the truth?
It is a truth. I once wet myself whilst babysitting a toddler.
Lee's team.
When was this?
I reckon I was about 12 or 13.
It's quite young to be babysitting.
Not in the north. A lot of people are parents by that.
I was going to say.
So whose baby was this then? Was it a neighbour's?
It was, no, it was like a niece, I think.
Like a niece?
No.
Was it a nephew?
No, it was a niece. No, a cousin. Well, it's hard to It's a niece.
Why didn't you go to the toilet?
Because, I heard like a voice upstairs.
Like a voice?
Like a voice, yeah.
Like a niece's voice?
Yeah. It was like a voice of a man, of someone who shouldn't have been up there. Like it's like a voice that I didn't know. Yeah. And I just got scared. I thought it was a ghost.
So you heard this voice and you went to investigate?
It was on the baby monitor. So...
What did the voice say?
It said...
Wet yourself.
Go ahead.
It wasn't an instruction. It was just like a voice.
I'm in the toilet, it's occupied. So, what did the voice say?
Well, I can't remember the exact words, but...
Well, you always forget what a ghost says.
Did he speak in English?
Yeah, it was English.
What kind of accent?
Like a northern accent. It wasn't going... Oh... It wasn't doing like a typical ghostly noise. It was just going...
Hey up!
And then did you go upstairs?
I went up and there was nothing there.
And did you ever get to the bottom of what this voice was?
Yeah, I think what had happened was the baby monitor had tuned into one of the neighbours' baby monitors. And I was just listening to someone 3 doors down.
When you realised that you'd had an accident because you were frightened...
Yeah.
Did you then make any attempt to sort of get changed or to dry
No, I still...
Can I say, Sarah, it's a lovely line of inquiry, but can I just go a step further and ask the extent of the spillage? Because... Well, no. There's the full-on... There's the deluge. Then there's something that some of the more middle-aged men on the panel might be aware of, which is the sitting and... Oh, not again. Can
I just say you're saying this out loud?
Was it age-related seepage, or did the levee break?
Are you, Rob, are you hoping to become... Because there are many products for gentlemen of that age with that problem. Are you hoping to become the face of them?
Only if you're wearing a bridesmaid will you have real peace of mind.
Rhymes with Dryden.
Yeah, Dryden.
Stay Dryden in a Bryden.
There you go.
Dryden? Dried on.
Yeah.
With a Bryden, you'll be dried on.
It has, it's dried on.
It's dried on.
So you go up, you get to the niece's bedroom, you check on her.
Yeah.
When does the penny drop?
I went up, grabbed the child who was asleep in her cot.
Yeah.
I went out the front door and my...
You actually ran out there?
Yeah, I did.
Screaming what?
I didn't scream, Lee.
What,
I
will you wet yourself?
Well...
Don't try and keep dignity with this story. I didn't scream, I just wet my pants.
So my auntie and uncle lived round the corner, so I just went round there.
And what did you say to them?
There's a ghost in the house, so I've got the baby.
And what did they say?
Have you wet your pants?
So what's your team thinking? Harry, does this strike you as the truth?
I'm still back at like a niece, like a nephew.
Yeah. It was unsettling, wasn't it?
A bit, that got me off my feed right there.
So Harry thinks it's a lie, and Sarah says it's...
I kind of think it might be true.
Oh, split decisions, I hate them. Who can persuade her the most?
I think Smithers could. Can we make him do a voice, please?
That's early.
Yeah.
Round one. Person one. I thought at least have the dignity to wait till the second half. Is it truth or a lie? Never mind that. Do Smithers. All day. OK, we'll go with Harry and say it's a lie.
Say it's a lie. OK, Jason, truth or lie?
It is true.
Go.
To win a bet, I presented a 3-minute piece to camera live from Royal Ascot in a full-length evening gown with Willie Carson concealed beneath my skirts.
For people that aren't sure, here's a picture. There we are.
Whose idea was the bet?
The director. We've come off air. I put on the long ball gown. Willie waits. He stands on a box when he's presenting with me normally, obviously to fit under my skirts. He didn't. In fact, he knelt. And he was quiet as a mouse. He was very good.
No one said it yet. I wanted to say it.
What, sorry, what did she say? I don't know what you said.
I wanted to say there was a willy under her skirt.
Now it's out there.
I'd like to request someone more mature on my team.
I mean, I know Willie Carson is not a burly man.
No, he's very small.
But I would still think... that must be quite a substantial dress.
It was a very... You know, like, as you sometimes get in costume dramas, it didn't have the hoops, but it had a very full skirt.
But how did he get in, though? Were you stood there? Did you go,
stood.
Come on, Willie?
He crawled along on the ground and then knelt under there. And it's a 3-minute piece, so the first 2 minutes was absolutely fine, and on I went and rattled on about normal racing stuff. And then he started to giggle, and that's what gave it away. But because we got 2 of the 3 minutes, the bet was won.
Recreate the piece to camera.
OK, so I stand there and I say hello and welcome to Royal Ascot. We've had a stunning first day here with a win for Frankie Dettori. We saw his flying dismount, and then there's first squeak then from Willie. He goes... because he's got a very high laugh, and I've, like, smacked him, and so just
Is this why Channel 4 have got the horse race?
Right, David, what do you think?
What do you think, Dale?
Do you know, I'm really beginning to believe that she'd have done it for a prank.
I think it was an excellent acting performance, but I believe it to be a lie.
Oh, you see, now I have to make a decision. But I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
That's
OK.
fine, yeah.
Claire, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling it was a lie. After accidentally spilling red wine on my dress on the way to Ascot, I deliberately spilt more wine on it and pretended it was part of the pattern.
David's team.
So where was the initial spillage?
In my lap.
And how did you spill red wine?
Red wine, because we were being driven to Royal Ascot and...
So it was just normal car wine?
No, I brought some wine because I thought it would be a good way to start the day.
Yeah.
And unfortunately...
Drinking in the car.
Yes. And I couldn't turn back because I was meant to be presenting a trophy.
Did anybody comment on it during the day?
Actually, somebody told me they thought it was a rather... how very modern, someone said to me. I said, oh, yes, it came from, and I named a designer that I thought was kind of fashionable.
Merlot.
It came from Merlot, yeah.
How did you put the wine on?
In a straw.
A straw?
Just taking a... Yeah, just take a mouthful...
You drink your wine with a straw?
Well, I was trying not to spill it on me, but it didn't work.
That's a horrible image, isn't it?
Oh.
Clare Balding, 10 o'clock in the morning, on the way to the races. Well, I'm presenting... No, I'm not! Oh, bloody heck. Here's a favour, pull all that on me dress up.
Okay.
If you had been drinking the wine from a straw initially...
To try not to spill it on myself.
How did you spill it?
Unfortunately, didn't get the straw back into the bottle.
Why did you remove it from the bottle, having put it in?
I don't know.
Because that's the thing. When you put a straw in, that's just... You then leave the straw. You don't say, OK, now...
Listen, it doesn't reflect well on me. This is a day I would rather have forgotten.
But this also must have been a special straw that you have, because it must have been long to get to the bottom of the bottle of wine. So
well, I didn't want to drink a whole bottle, Fred.
You're not telling me it's a full bottle of wine. It's a straw. This is getting worse. I thought it was a miniature.
Smaller bottle, like your little, you know...
Oh, that's better. I want the... Oh, it's gone. Oh, stop here at Thresher's, driver. Stop here. I'll need 5 straws. I need to link them. I'm just going to hang in.
I'm not proud. I'm not proud because, unfortunately, that is quite an accurate reflection of that day.
So, was Claire telling the truth? Did it happen, Victoria?
It's sort of insane, but I want to say true.
What do you think?
I refuse to believe that.
I think it's true.
Saying true. Clare Balding, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
OK, they offered me this in Braille, but as blind people go, I'm pretty rubbish and I can't read any of that nonsense. So, Lee, will you please do me the honours and read what is on that card?
I certainly will. For a whole month, I thought my neighbour was ignoring me, and he thought I was ignoring him, until he found out I was blind, and I found out he was deaf.
David's team.
So, he's your next-door neighbour, is that right?
Do you need me to read it again?
He's my neighbour, David.
Right.
There's 3 flats. I live in the middle, and he lives on the bottom.
And who lives upstairs?
A policeman.
And he can't speak.
So, you thought he was being standoffish?
I thought he was being the rudest person that I've ever met. I was there, for example, on the day that he moved in, and I said hello to him, and he completely ignored me.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he went...
Well, I don't know what you're doing, and... Gabby, you have perfectly highlighted exactly what probably happened.
So, he's deaf?
Yes.
But he can see?
Yeah, otherwise he'd be in real trouble, really.
Just because, wouldn't he see you saying hello to him?
Over the course of a month, there were separate incidents where we each thought the other was being rude. So, The first time that he was moving in, he was carrying boxes into the house, and I was halfway up the stairs. I shouted hello to him, and he never said anything back to me. And I thought, that's a bit rude,
And you knew he was there just through hearing. You heard the sound, and you knew, that'll be the new bloke arriving.
Contrary to popular belief, deaf people do make a noise. But other occasions, I would be outside, like, doing something with the car. I like packing the car, unpacking the car, maybe doing
Not driving the car.
No, my wife has to do that for entirely legal reasons, Rob. I reckon I could probably do the motorways if they had them things off the bowling alley down the side. A number of times, he'd come back to the flat and he'd, like, waved and smiled at me, and I'd not known he was there and completely blanked him. And then I'd heard him walk past and I'd shouted hello to him, but I was talking to his back then, and he never answered me. And this went on for quite a while, really.
How did it resolve itself? Yeah. Did the policeman intervene and sort it out?
I called the police and he came down. Yeah. And then I had a hunch he must be deaf. I guessed that was the only possible, plausible option.
I'm exactly like that with my audiences when they're not laughing.
I actually bumped into his mum, who was visiting, and I said, like, he's deaf, isn't he? And she said, yeah.
That's a bold opening gambit.
We have each other's mobile numbers now, and so we're able to
Hang on,
send...
let me think about this for a second. How does he answer the phone?
We have text messages, Lee.
Right, you know the next question, don't you?
So... My phone talks, it reads everything out, and if... And just to give you an insight, even the emojis, if you use an emoji, it tells you what the emoji is. And the smiley face, the main smiley face, specifically for blind people, that one is called smiling face with normal eyes. I don't know if I'm expected to use the smiling face with sunglasses, but it turns out as well, which took me by surprise, that he's Australian, which you associated with the accent, don't you? But, like, he's just Australian in his head.
This is becoming odd.
I mean, if any of this is offensive, they don't have to put it on the subtitles.
John, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking, I don't know, I don't believe it.
You think he made that up?
What do you think, Gabby?
There's lots about it that I don't think is true.
I believe it. I believe it, but
You believe it, they don't.
No, I'm not.
I'm not going to overrule my team, though.
No,
you haven't got the strength of character.
I do.
I don't feel strong enough about it to overrule.
No, I mean, it is plausible. It is plausible.
OK, we're going to say true.
Right, they're saying it's true. Chris, truth or lie?
It is 100% true. Right, read that for us, mate.
Oh, you're so show busy. Read it yourself. I once offended a member of a heavy metal band when I told him his metal wasn't heavy enough.
OK, what was the heavy metal band?
Well...
You can say, well, I don't know the names of any heavy metal bands, so just say anything.
Nor do I.
I'm on the radio, so I might.
Oh, right, OK.
I might.
Error type 11.
Oh, no. We don't play them on radio, too.
All right.
When was this, Chris?
Oh, this was maybe 20-odd years ago.
Right.
And how did you encounter
the band Error Type 11?
I went to watch them.
Right. Because you were already a fan?
No. Yes. I thought I was.
So how had you heard of Error Type 11 in order to go to one of their gigs?
I had the album. I went to a concert, and I was expecting them to be really quite heavy, and they were quite whiny.
Oh. So, hang on, so you're not talking about literal metal?
It's a genre of music, David.
I know it's a genre of music.
It's a very loud, thrashy metal.
I wondered whether there might have been some sort of play on words within the assertion. But
I thought you were joking. That was a genuine question.
I thought there might have been some circumstances where, I don't know...
They were carrying some metal.
Maybe.
And he had a chance to hold it and then say, I thought your metal was going to be heavier.
OK, so
Chris... What scenario would that happen?
I'm going to tell you.
Go on, then.
Chris is sharing a flat with someone who's in a heavy metal band many years ago.
Right.
And this person has to go and buy some saucepans for the flat. And then the saucepans are of insufficient quality for Chris's needs. And one of the problems, one of the signs of that is, unlike, say, a Le Creuset, this is a very light saucepan. It's not heavy enough. And Chris finds that hilarious. Yeah. The idea that this heavy metal musician has bought stupidly light metal for a domestic context. Now, that would be an anecdote.
Yeah.
But what happens is you had bought the album and were disappointed.
Well, they weren't as heavy as I thought they were going to be. And I mentioned this to one of the band members in the interval.
In the interval? I've not been to many gigs. So there's an interval, and an interval in which it's possible to mingle with the band.
They had an interval, and they came off the front of the stage to the bar.
To chat?
To get some drinks.
All right.
Basically, it wasn't the band I thought it was.
So it wasn't Error Type 11?
So the band I saw was Error Type 11.
But the band you'd hoped to see was...
Eyelid.
Eyelid. Okay. And how did you manage to buy tickets to an Error Type 11 concert when what you'd wanted was tickets to an Eyelid concert?
Because I had the CDs in the wrong cases.
So you had been listening repeatedly to Eyelid's music and attributing that music to Error Type 11.
Yeah, and the other way around.
Did they have similar album covers then? Eyelid and... What's it called?
Error Type 11.
I don't know if anyone's mentioned this, but I'm blind, so...
This is a bit awkward, because I don't know if anyone's mentioned it, but so's Catherine.
All right, David, what's it going to be?
True?
I think true.
I think it's a lie.
Well, the thing is, the specifics. If he was making it up, he wouldn't have said that a band member came down during the interval. He would have made up something better. So we're going to go true.
They're saying it's true. Chris, they think it's true. Was it true, or was it a lie?
It is true.
Every time I shower, I must adhere to my strict system for drying myself.
OK, quick as you can. What's the system for drying yourself?
Well, I always use a towel.
You weird eccentric.
Well, actually, I don't start with a towel. I sort of brush water off this arm. I can do that 20 times.
With your hand?
With my hand.
Yeah.
And then 20 times that one.
Do you dry yourself between your legs with your hands?
I don't, Richard.
Is it like an OCD thing where it is 20, or is it roughly 20?
Oh, it can be multiples of 20.
You're not serious.
Yeah, so like 20 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
We know what 20 is.
And then the same on that. And then 30 with the hair.
30 in the hair.
And then I go. And then I think if I'm ready to move on to the towel phase. I think I've done the arm and head thing. It's towel time.
And when did you start doing this?
In the last 2 years.
When you reach for the towel, are there any other oddities, or do you basically then proceed in what we would refer to as a conventional drying manner?
Well, I get the towel and I do 50 on the top of the head.
Right.
And then this is quite a new development, actually. Probably within the last...
The whole thing is quite a new development.
No, but
you clearly had some sort of breakdown a couple of years ago.
So now it's 50 on top and 50 behind, whereas it used to just be 50 on top.
What was it about your drying policy before this point, 2 or 3 years ago, that you considered inadequate?
I was getting to a lot of towels.
How much moisture do you hold?
I am unbelievably absorbent. You, one could wring me out like a sponge.
Have you tried that? Because that might be a more efficient way of...
I don't see what it is about this system that is hard to believe or understand.
I don't like it.
No.
Don't do it.
If this turns out to be true, it's going to be a tense evening.
Do you or have you ever washed your car by hand rather than going through the drive-thru or something?
No, never.
No, really?
Never?
Never?
You're the most middle-class man I've ever met. You've never washed your own car?
I've been to the rolling one.
That's not the same, Miles. Getting the coin and putting it in the slot does not constitute manual labour.
I've only had a car for 3 years. Maybe that's why this started.
Yes, did the purchase of the car coincide with a new shower policy? Having seen the car go through the Rolly thing that for some reason you don't know the name of, even though the name pretty much creates itself. That's right. You sort of think, I want to create my own domestic version of this with my hands.
I don't...
Yeah. Do you have a little sign when you go into the bathroom that says, stop? Once you get... Do you edge forward, waiting? Stop. And you've got to do it quickly, because you know things are going to beep, beep, and you're going to get out again. So, David, it's time to take a guess.
What do you think?
It's truly horrible. But I want it to be true, and I'm an optimist in life, so I'll say it's true.
Yeah. I can't go with that. I mean, if it is true, then it's really disturbing and frightening and all those other things that you scare your kids with.
My instinct is that it's a lie.
OK,
So
you're saying it's a lie. Well,
yes.
Miles, were you telling the truth, Miles, or were you telling a lie?
It is... true.
Yes. Almost unbelievably, it's true. Every time Miles showers, he must adhere to his strict system for drying himself.
As a child, my mum got so fed up with me wandering off, she made me wear a bell around my neck whenever we went shopping.
Leasting.
Was she a cow?
I'm not sure that Miles's mother being a cow would explain it, because I don't think it's the cow's own policy to wear the bells.
So, first of all, how bad were you at wandering? Was this a regular thing?
I wouldn't stay still. Any sort of open space I would see as a thing to run towards rather than...
So what shopping centres were you going to that was such wide spaces to run in?
I suppose Brent Cross Shopping Centre would have been our regular haunt. But
OK.
What age was this?
I would have been about probably 4 till the age of 7.
And when you were in infant school, every time you went out to the playground, did everyone think it was playtime over and straight back in again?
It was only done on family outings.
Only done on shopping days. OK. And is it a traditional bell with the little thing inside that clanks against
what does it look like?
Like a sort of cat's bell, essentially.
But hang on, there's one massive problem here. A cat is on all fours and the bell dangles. The bell is going to be touching your body and it won't dangle. Discuss.
Well, she attached it to a part of me that dangled.
What was the furthest you ever got? What were you searching for?
I hope it wasn't sparrows, because you'd never get them.
So in Brent Cross terms, I once got from John Lewis to Phoenix.
That's very nice. Miles, could I ask you to tell me how big the bell was, but accurately?
I suppose 3/4 of the size of a ping-pong ball.
Hang on.
And was it a sphere or bell-shaped?
Any bell, by definition, is bell-shaped.
What do you think, Sarah?
It sounds a bit draconian. A bell round your child's neck.
Yeah, I think it would be a terrible failing of parenting, so not for me.
It's just not a system that works. If you've drifted into a Morris dance area, then you're going to have a panic attack.
Yeah.
That's what you'd have in the horror film version of your life, where you run off and then your mother's desperately looking for you, and then suddenly she sees a load of Morris dancers and it totally confuses
Lots
the
of
system.
close-ups
It'd be
of
a
grinning Morris
horrifying
dancers.
moment. Oh, the Morris dancers, I can't hear Miles' little tinkling bell.
Well, you could be describing any Saturday of my childhood.
So what are you going to say, Lee?
We're not having it.
They're not having
We're
it.
not having
They're
this.
saying it's a lie. Miles, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
That was a lie.
OK. I once had to interview Lady Gaga using an American accent because her manager told me there was no way she'd be able to understand my northern voice.
Can you repeat that? I didn't understand a word of it. So, your accent, you are from?
Blackburn, Lancashire. An exotic place.
I grew up in Blackburn.
Did you now?
Hey, maybe we were in the same year at school.
Unlikely. What school did you go to?
I went to a school that was confusingly called Everton High School, which is in Blackburn.
It's been abolished, though, hasn't it?
It's been demolished.
Demolished.
Well, it has. Not been abolished. It's been demolished, and as is my dad's house, and as the house we lived in before that.
Oh, my
Because
God.
it's every comedian's dream to have a blue plaque outside a house, but they're just wiping all history of me.
Oh, my God. The hospital that I was born in has been knocked down as well, and now it's a block of flats across from what used to be where we used to go shopping, Quick Save. That's been knocked down too.
My mum used to work at Quick Save.
No
I hope she
way.
got out before they knocked it down. I haven't seen it for a while.
They've even knocked down the brewery.
Have they?
Oh, my
OK,
gosh.
I'm going to
Wow.
step in at this point
my
and just see if we can open the show out to people who didn't grow up in Blackburn.
Wow.
So, you were interviewing Lady Gaga. Why were you... Shut up. Why were you interviewing Lady?
I was presenting a music TV show.
Of course.
And, she was promoting one of her brand new singles.
I want to confirm you've met Lady Gaga.
Yeah, 100%.
Is she very little?
She's not very little.
How little?
I'd say she's about 5'6".
Pretty tall. Pretty tall, I must say. Statuesque, surely.
How far did you get into the interview before Lady Gaga said, I haven't understood a single word this lady has said to me?
I was chatting away, asking her loads of questions, really liked her outfit.
I just want a figure, just a number. Just a
OK.
just minutes.
I'd say, I don't know, like 2 minutes.
Was that 2 minutes mainly you talking about what in Blackburn had been demolished?
Yeah.
And when you did the American, did she do Blackburn from then on as well?
Lady Gaga.
All right. What are you thinking?
Well, I think it's true because...
Why?
Well, because it's very plausible that AJ has interviewed Lady Gaga, and it's also plausible that Lady Gaga just doesn't understand more than one kind of accent.
Well, here's the thing. Can you understand what she's saying?
Yes, because I'm bright.
Right.
Lady Gaga, your songs are great, your outfits are tremendous, but not so good with the English. So...
Are you struggling to understand her Lancashire accent?
No. This is where I'm worried that it might not be true, because I think every
Very
word...
clear, isn't it?
It is pretty clear.
And the other thing about Americans is, I find, as someone from the north myself, that they think we're all posh. They just think everyone with an English accent is posh, so we all sound the same to them.
Mate, they do not think you're posh. Let me tell you that right now.
What are you going to say on behalf of your team?
Right. Well, I don't know.
I'm saying true.
True.
OK, we're going to go true, but I can't understand why Lady Gaga can't understand her accent.
All right, but you're saying true. OK. AJ, were you telling us the truth or were you telling us a lie?
I was telling you a lie! I once had to leave a hen do because the stripper turned up and it was my old English teacher.
Lee's team.
Wow, OK.
When did you recognise him, immediately or halfway through the act?
Well, you used to be a teacher, didn't you, Dan? Is this
no
ringing bells? You never stripped.
God, no.
This is why you've never been a chat show host.
But she left before he stripped, right?
No, I had to leave a hen do because I was so embarrassed. I couldn't look him in the eye.
You're not supposed to, are you? What part of this strip was he at when you left?
I watched the full Monty, of course I did. Have you ever been to a stag do or a hen party where there's a stripper?
Right, David, no.
Yeah. They hang around after, because they don't just leave immediately.
What to chat? They sort of go, now I've stripped and now I will mingle. Yeah. Did you enjoy the show? Actually, I'm an English teacher as well, so...
Did he recognise you?
Yeah.
How could you tell? What, you made eye contact or something?
It was just it was an awkward strip.
An awkward strip?
He looked visibly embarrassed.
Was the strip at all a classroom theme? Did he have, like, the dusters, like...
No, he didn't.
Maybe a bit of chalk or something like this?
But that would have been really good.
The tie spinning around.
I don't know, because I know some strippers are sort of themed, they turn and look like a police officer or a fireman, and that's... Not sure teacher. Yeah. It feels like it's more of a complicated message there.
He's like, I've got your essays back.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? Sam, what do you reckon?
So, you know the stripper wore often emerged from a cake. What if he came out of, like, a giant school lunch?
Yeah, I think we've established it wasn't school-themed.
It's good that you're working on his act for it.
So, Lee, what's your team going to say?
What do we think, son?
Maybe when he starts, he'd go, my name is... He writes his name on the wall.
I think we have established it's not a school theme. Lee?
So you think it's true or not?
Oh, true. Absolutely,
right.
Every time.
I think it's a lie.
I think you're too classy for that kind of tawdry event, AJ.
So, they're saying it's a lie. Was it a lie, or was it actually the truth?
Well, Lee, it is a lie!
If I'm ever walking alone at night, I call out the name of an imaginary dog to deter any muggers.
David's team.
What's the name of the dog?
Brian.
If it's going to be a vicious dog, it would be Brian, wouldn't it? Definitely.
And do you think a would-be attacker would, from the tone that you say Brian, know that you mean a dog and not a Brian?
To me, it sounds like you'd be calling a middle-aged civil servant.
Well, it's because I read an article written by Darren Brown in which he said if you're in a situation where things look like they're getting a bit choppy, if you do something unusual, the other person is so sort of freaked out by that they generally stop doing what they're doing if they're being a very...
How do you shout? Imagine I'm a terrifying would-be assassin.
You know, in your whole panel, maybe you're not the first choice for that role.
John, imagine if John was... all right, imagine Danny is a terrifying would-be assassin.
Yes.
And go for it.
Brian.
You don't want to attack me now, do you?
No, that's terrifying to me. Is it just someone comes up to you at night, mates ask you for the time, you go, Brian, you just flip out, or is it a general mugging?
I like you, Danny.
Everyone's got their own showbiz personas, and you and Danny completely gone for different ones, haven't you?
I think we're very similar in many ways.
I do.
We're lovers.
Danny, stay calm, please. Calm down.
Oh, you had to start shouting Brian.
Just say, Joe, you're playing with fire there. I'm leaving.
I'm feeling this one.
You think it's true?
Read a Darren Brown book for a start. He's that sort of...
I believe the Darren Brown article, but the whole point of that is that you say something random that sort of puts people off their stride, whereas you're going for something specific, calling upon a dog called Brian to come to your aid. But that's immediately disprovable. The absence of Brian is immediately evident. Whereas calling upon Brian, they're going to go, Brian? Oh, there's no Brian. Fine.
My big sticking point is still, if you were trying to create the illusion that you had a dog, why you would give it a person's name.
Yeah.
Would you shout dog?
You'd shout like...
Dog. Rover or Fido.
That would be good. If he had a dog called Dog, that would... Dog! Dog!
What would you call him, John? Rambo,
well,
Tyson?
my defence is slightly different. I would wet my pants.
So, what are you thinking, David?
John?
I don't believe it.
Danny?
So I think it's true.
You think it's true?
I think he's
Now I have to make a decision. My gut is that it's not true.
Let's go no then. Let's have a lie.
Let's say lie.
You're going to say lie?
Yeah.
OK. Joe, truth or lie?
It was a lie.
Yes.
Yes, okay. I once had a fight with a flamingo and won.
Last Christmas, the biggest family row in the Lycett household was over how many doof-doofs there are in the EastEnders closing theme tune.
Oh.
Lee Max team.
So you mean the bit just before the music starts, I think, I mean, obviously, you know, you were in EastEnders.
Yeah, but I never actually got myself a doof-doof.
Oh, no.
I was there for 6 years, no doof-doof.
You never had a doof-doof?
I had one doof-doof, and Wendy Richards was in it, and then when they took it to the edit, they zoomed in on her and cut me out of the doof-doof. How many doof-doofs did your family decide there were?
So, it was a generational gap.
Yes.
So me and my sister thought there were 8, because there are 8. My parents thought there were 7.
Give us your 8.
Doof, 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 doof.
Oh, I think you're wrong.
Excuse me, though. No, that can't be. That's not how many doof-doofs there are. That's how many doofs there are. If the unit is doof-doof, then there are 4.
He does have a point, you know.
David has never been invited to someone's house for Christmas.
I think you stuck too many doofs in there.
Go on, you do it.
Doof, 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 doof.
No, that's not it.
You were in the show! Did you, at the end of the night, find out exactly how many doof-doofs there were, or did you just leave it, we're right, you're wrong, without no
Yeah,
sort
basically, we didn't rewind.
So we don't
were on
actually know
something else.
right now whether 8...
Well, we do, it's 8. It is
Well,
8.
You ain't really checked it, have you?
Yeah, I have.
You have checked it?
But you didn't
because
check it
I've
at the
watched
time.
EastEnders and I know...
But I've watched EastEnders, but I don't ever count...
I don't think you have.
I think there's only 3, because I think the fast ones at the end aren't doof-doofs, they're something else.
Like a little...
I'm sort of with Joe. I think it's probably 2 to 2.5 doof-doofs, or 4 to 5 doofs.
What's a
before
half
the
doof?
nature, the nature of the noise changes such that it can no longer be labelled either a doof or a half doof-doof.
So, yes. Well, bearing that in mind and knowing your love for music, give us your rendition, then, of the end drum.
Now, I feel that would be... I'd be humiliated.
Would you like me to give you a lead-in, a dramatic moment?
No, thank you.
This is Elsie, who works in a laundry.
Who's Elsie? She was never in EastEnders.
She's a character that I've created.
Well, what about Dot Cotton? Can't you get her?
You look a bit like Dot Cotton.
You do a bit.
You've got... You've definitely got...
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Oh.
I think that's Mick Jagger you're doing it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to my laundry. It's gone somewhere.
Doof, 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 doof.
All right. What do you think?
Well, that sounds like the washing machine's broken.
Yeah.
See, I think after about 5 minutes, I would have just gone to the YouTube and had a little look on there. I think he's lying.
I always like to go counterintuitive, so I'm going to say I think he's lying as well. Yeah.
OK, I'm going to have to say lie.
You're going to have to say lie. OK, Joe Lycett, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Oh, very good, guys. I once had a snog with one of the people here on Would I Lie to You Tonight?
Whoa! One of us 6. Yeah, 6.
You... Hang on a minute, I'm here as well.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, you're one of me.
She didn't snog herself.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, God. Oh, my word. I think my poor grasp of mathematics has never been more cruelly exposed.
So one of us 6 people... Why am I saying one of us 6? I know it wasn't me. One of them 5. Was it you?
It's true.
No, I'm Spartacus.
You see, I definitely...
very awkward if all 6 of us have snogged us.
But she could only remember one.
If it's true, will the person remember, or is it like a drunken thing, or...?
I don't know if they will remember.
This is getting awkward. If this is true, this could be very awkward.
I don't know.
How many years ago?
I think it was in 98, so 15 years ago.
Just a snog?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be David at university, isn't it?
Why, did they go to university together?
They're both Cambridge, aren't they?
We did.
Yes.
And were you in the same...
No,
You've got plot thickens.
David is quite a lot younger than me, so...
but were you still hanging around the university?
trying to prey on freshers in Freshers Week. What you haven't said yet, Mel, is you haven't really painted a lovely picture for us of the circumstances, where you were.
Yep.
Just talk us through that.
It was a works do.
Not me. I've never worked in my life.
It was a works do, and everyone had been working very, very hard. It was a long series, and it was the end of term party.
Stop
end of
looking
series
at me,
party.
Mel.
What was the series?
It was the England rugby team 2000.
Was it a test series?
It was a show back in the late 90s.
Was it Late Lunch?
It was called Late Lunch.
So the show you did Late Lunch, was the person you kissed a guest on the show, or were they a regular on it, or...?
No, we were colleagues.
This is a totally new type of round.
This is...
You stop trying to work out whether it's true or not, just who it
was.
Yeah. Who was it?
Wait, who was it that you kissed? Was it Rob? Please tell me when you kissed him he didn't do that. Who was it that you kissed?
Dermot. It was Dermot.
Dermot?
It was Dermot.
Wow. This is a weird one now, because if it's not true, poor Dermot now has got to answer all these questions.
I don't think you're allowed to question other panelists.
This is
not his card.
No, we're in new territory. This has never happened before.
Rob?
My proclamation is thus. You can quiz O'Leary. However, he doesn't have to answer unless he so chooses.
Well, to be fair, that's true with everyone. We're going to be legally required to speak. If you want to make people talk when they don't want to, you have to waterboard them.
I'm happy to waterboard him if you want to...
Mel, what was Dermot doing in this show?
Dermot was the guy responsible for getting the audience in.
Has Dermot said if he remembers this?
Dermot, do you remember this?
That would scupper my team's chance. I can't answer that.
Yeah, that's handy. You mean no? So you were working on...
I was working on London.
What was your position?
I was I was sort of audience researcher. So
that's handy. Just what she just said, yeah? In 1998, were you in a relationship, or is it OK to push you on this?
I'm not sure.
You said at the time, Dermot, that you weren't in a relationship.
Oh, well, he can't have been then.
Yeah.
OK.
So what are you going to say then, Lee? What are you thinking?
That's an interesting one, this, isn't it? What do you think?
It feels
plausible.
Do you think?
It's plausible.
It is plausible.
Definitely plausible.
I just think O'Leary's been too kind of reticent on the details and the facts.
Yeah, but he could be awkward because he doesn't remember, or he remembers very well and he's trying to play for his team.
Gentleman doesn't tell.
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Based on O'Leary.
Matt, what are you thinking on this?
I'm not sure. I don't think the dates fit.
Lie.
Well, go with lie then.
You're saying it's a lie?
I think it might be true, but I'm going with my team and saying lie.
Mel, it was a wonderful, wonderful tale. Was it true, or were you telling a lie?
Well, Rob, gents, Dermot, I was telling the truth. When I was a child, the only thing that would get me to sleep was my parents reading me the takeaway menu from our local Chinese restaurant, the Flying Chopstick.
David's team.
At what age was this?
I'd say it kicked off at 7 and probably lasted about a year.
Was it read out in any type of accent?
No. Well, my dad...
Would you say any type? Any type. There's one specific one. If they read it in a French accent, it'd be nice. This is quite surreal, isn't it? But I'll go with it.
My dad is half Polish, half Lithuanian, so it had a sort of Eastern European tinge.
Could you give us a kind of a little rendition?
So it would be something along the lines of...
This will be interesting.
It'll be something
We'll just separate ourselves from the person doing the routine.
You don't want to be in the clip when it comes on the news, do you?
So Dad would say, for example, black bean with chop suey, something like that. Black bean.
Was your dad the fella from Sesame Street? One pork balls. 2 lovely pork balls.
You know, lychee for the end of the menu.
Lychee, that's
I know that.
Lychees.
The Flying Chopstick, they just serve a single lychee, don't they?
Lychees. It was the staple. It was the 70s. Things were a little bit sparse then. It was Wilson's, you know, things are hard. I can't remember his speech, but you know the one I mean. Things are terrible.
Wilson's things are hard.
Wilson's things are...
Harold Wilson, things are hard.
We've only got lychees. Things are hard. We've only got lychees, guys.
How far into the menu would you drift off?
That's a very good question.
That's why I asked it.
Yeah. My eye would be sort of fully open, like that. A little bit like...
just one eye open.
One eye open, always looking, always just checking. And then I would say, by the end of the first page, the eye would be down.
So you used to go to sleep half a face at a time?
Can you remember the first time that this happened?
It would have been... I think it was on a Friday night. Mum and Dad would have been entertaining, and I laughed a lot and then fell asleep.
So what do you think, then? David Hay, how is this striking you?
The detail, the fact that she knew straight away what day it was on a Friday night. I don't remember what day it was when you were 7.
Oh, I
can't remember last week. I get punched in the head for a living, but...
But David, they did it a lot. They did it a lot.
Repetition, eh?
Repetition. So I knew the menu back to front because they had to do it so often.
Well, that's just Chinese. It would be that way, no, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
Romesh, what are you thinking?
I think it... I don't buy it.
David? Actually, I've got 2 Davids. We'll call you the Haymaker and the Librarian. What are you thinking, David?
Well, I think I don't believe it.
You realise, I like the system you've got there. We're going to call you the Haymaker and the Librarian. So what do you think, David?
I don't think... She's... At the age of 7, I think a 7-year-old child will require a coherent story.
All right, so you're saying it's a lie. Well, let's find out. Mel, truth or lie?
The story was, in fact, a lie!
I developed a word association system to remember people's names, but gave it up when it backfired on me.
David, what was the word association system?
That I developed?
To help remember people's names.
It was...
Jack, you've just got a bit of fluff on you.
Thank you very much.
Keep thinking.
What I do is I attach a quality to someone and then try and relate that quality to the person's name.
So, just for example,
so
what would that be?
So Jason Manford. If I think Jason and the Argonauts, and that would perhaps, and then next time I see you, I'll think. Argonauts will make me think of Jason.
What's Argonaut like about Jason?
For instance, Jason the Argonauts, I might therefore J and Argonaut gives me Juggernaut. Right. And you look to me like a lorry driver.
Right.
So therefore I would think lorry driver Jason.
And then when you next meet him, you say, "Hi Yorkie, how are you?"
It has been known to backfire.
Which is where we come to the hilarious backfiring anecdote.
Oh, that was a bad one. Yeah. We met someone on holiday, and his name was Charles, and he wore very big sunglasses, like only a blind person would wear. And so I thought, that's brilliant, Ray Charles, because I will remember. I remember from the sunglasses, and therefore I will get Charles. And then so next year when we go, I can confidently say, hello, Charles. But it didn't work, because 12 months later, and you've slightly forgotten what you'd set up as a system. So he walks in, I go, hello, Stevie.
Where did you meet him? Where was it?
On the holiday.
Where was it?
In Holidayville.
Yeah.
Just in Dorset. It was in Dorset.
And what? So you were in a pub. You were in a pub, and he walked over, and you went, Stevie.
He came out. Yeah, it was the following year, and I saw him again.
Did he live round there?
Where were you sat?
No, he was a fellow holiday maker.
So, and you developed a sort of mild acquaintanceship with a man whose name you could barely remember, but planned to holiday with him again.
No, there was no plan involved, David. We didn't get together and say, are you going to be here next year? Yes, are you?
But you obviously thought it was a possibility, because you already had a plan for remembering his name.
I perhaps didn't explain correctly that I'd seen him the previous year at the same place and not known his name.
So now it's 3 years on the
So for 3 years, you and Charles holidayed with metronomic regularity at the same place in Dorset. You kind of escaped the man.
Well, that's not so unusual. People tend to frequent the same place for holiday.
Year one, you see him, but you don't exchange names. And in year two, you learn his name.
To clarify this point, year one, there's no reason why I would know his name, because I hadn't been introduced to him.
No.
There's no reason for you to know his name at all.
Year two, I had forgotten his name, but endeavoured to remember it for the third year.
Right. All right, David. Is that the truth, or is it part of Jack's impish sense of fun and a lie?
I think it's the truth.
Do you? I think it's a lie.
I think it's true. I think I'm going to go for true.
Fine, that's all right.
You know.
You're saying true?
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's the team decision. OK. Jack D.
It was, true.
Oh,
hey.
Very good, well done. Don't believe me.
I had to reprimand my builder after I came home early one day and caught him eating donuts in the bath.
Please, team.
How did you reprimand him?
I said, what do you think you're playing at? What's going on?
Were they the ones with jam in the middle, or the rings?
What, the donuts or the bath?
The donut.
Well, they're a popular brand. They were Krispy Kreme. Other brands are available, but that's what he was eating.
What did he say when you said, what the hell are you playing at?
He said, so I didn't know you were coming home. In mitigation, the bath wasn't filled with water. It actually wasn't even plumbed in yet, but he was lying in it and just taking a bit of a break, having some donuts, having my donut.
Did you offer him biscuits and donuts beforehand, before you left that day?
Certainly not, no. Because I wanted him to plumb the bath in. And lay on a load of confectionery, he's not going to get on with the work. But anyway, he helped himself anyway. What upset me is he'd gone into the kitchen and helped himself to the...
Are they yours? They hadn't
the
been brought
donuts. No, they were mine. That's exactly
How many
right.
donuts were there?
We bought 36 because...
What are you doing with 36 donuts?
Well, because we were expecting friends around because it's a new house.
And you were having this housewarming, curiously, before the bathroom had been finished.
Yes, I'm concerned about your plumbing.
Yeah, well, you know, the builder...
The first time a woman said that to Jack.
The builder... The loo was done. In fact, one of them wasn't done, but yes.
I'm obsessed with the boldness of taking a whole box to the bathroom. More so than getting in the bath.
Yeah.
I don't care where he's sat.
I agree.
How far would he...
You don't care if a builder was in your house and sat in your empty bath?
Not only after it's been plumbed in does that bother me.
Oh, so an empty bath that's not plumbed in, you don't mind anybody sitting in your empty bath?
Could wee in it for all I care. It's empty. It's not plumbed in. Can I just say, if you're thinking of breaking into my house, that was a joke. Do not urinate in my bath.
I must say I agree with Lee. I think an unplumbed bath is still the builder's province.
Yeah.
Once it's plumbed in, they've signed off on it. Then it's yours. It's your place of washing. Before then, who knows?
So anybody can go and sit in an unplumbed bath? Not anybody?
Not anyone. No, a qualified builder / donut eater.
I want to know if the party still happened, though.
Everyone arrived, didn't they? They didn't know this had happened.
Was this a showbiz event? Because I don't remember getting the invite.
Yeah. Are you in showbiz, are you, Lee?
All right. Come on. There's no need for that, Jack. Lee, what are you thinking?
I don't know, Ramesh, what do you think?
I find your idea of serving donuts at a party unacceptable.
That is unacceptable.
And if I turn up to a party expecting donuts and then they said there are no donuts, you know what I'd say? Well, at least can I just have a hot bath? And you can't even offer that. I think it's a lie.
Gabby?
Must be lying.
Both say it's a lie. I'll go with my team and say it's a lie.
Are you saying it's a lie? Jack, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Prince Philip told me I was a funny-looking fellow when I was a ball boy at Wimbledon.
David's team. What year was this?
Oh, I was about 12 or 13, about 84, maybe? Something like that, ages ago.
How did you get into being a ball boy?
How did I get into it? Well, I just psyched myself up. Throw some balls today, yeah! I love it, man.
Okay. How does the system of selecting ball boys work? And
I was in a tennis
manage?
club in my sort of local village, and I used to play tennis, and there was a lottery thing, and you could go along, and 2 people from every tennis club went along.
Yeah, I thought they were from sort of schools around the Wimbledon area. That's what I thought.
Where were you at school, Jimmy?
The Wimbledon area.
Wow, he's really foxed us there. Yeah.
And you were lined up, all the ball boys and ball girls?
Yeah, it was after the women's final. Everyone's lined up, like hundreds of us.
Which final? Who had played?
It was years ago. It was the Ivan Lendl kind of era.
He's unlikely to make the women's final.
Who was Prince Philip there with?
I think it's the Duke and Duchess of Kent or something. I don't really know the royals that well.
That's the thing, it's usually the Duke and Duchess of Kent that do all the Wimbledon stuff, rather than Prince Philip, who's got more important sporting events to go and be racist at. I don't believe you're a ball boy at Wimbledon, but I just don't think Prince Philip often turns up to Wimbledon.
He does. He does, actually. He told me I was a fine-looking fellow when I was there, so...
Yeah, no...
that's how I know that,
That's a clincher, though.
Do you have any concept of what particular aspect of your demeanour that he found funny-looking?
I can answer this. We'll all have a go. We'll start with it. We'll go around that.
What's funny about my massive head?
Do you think you frightened the prince with your appearance? Is that... he was actually really freaked out? Most polite thing to say.
Do you know what? That joke works if you don't do that. Do you know what? I thought you could never look more like a ventriloquist dummy. Do that again. You cheeky monkey! You go back in the box! Hey?
Right, David, what do you reckon?
Yeah, well...
Is he telling the truth?
What do you think?
It could be true because of his face, but... I don't think you're ugly. I just think... No, sorry. I just think that you've got a very unique face. No one will ever forget your...
How am I getting bullied by Jamelia? How did that happen?
So, David, what's your team deciding here?
I think it could be true.
I don't know. I don't trust you. You're a funny-looking fella.
Yeah, you see, that's the crucial detail.
Yeah. I'm edging towards a lie.
You're saying it's a lie?
Yeah.
OK. Jimmy Carr.
Well, I can tell you, it is a lie. Whilst test driving a car as a potential present for myself, I crashed it.
Leasy.
OK, what was the car?
Like a Tesla.
Like a Tesla?
Like it.
Was it a Tesla?
Yes.
Oh, they are like Teslas, aren't they?
What did you crash into?
What would you call it? A gantry? It wasn't like a full crash.
It was a prang.
A prang is exactly
Just a prang.
Oh, OK.
The crash happened in the shopping centre, in the car park. And I'd already completed the test drive, and I quite liked it. And the guy that was with me for the test drive got out of the car. I didn't realise he'd left the back door, the gull wing door, open.
Oh.
And so I drove and took the door off the car.
Oh. How much did you have to pay to, like, redo it?
To redo it? Redo! We're all happy with the term redo, are we?
Can I just remind you, Jimmy, he's 15. You're going to look really bad if you slam him.
Christmas.
I'll wear it.
Christmas.
I'm only little.
It's only little. It's not for you.
What was the question?
How much did you have to pay?
Well, so I took the door off the car. The guy that had been doing the test drive with me, obviously his jaw was on the floor. He was, like, a bit
That
shocked.
had come off as well, had it? I think it's on a gantry.
So I wound down my window and leaned out and went, I'll take it.
What, in the condition it was in?
No, I'll have a new one, obviously. I'm not an idiot. But I thought I had a moral obligation to buy it. I'd made a mess.
So where was this in the world?
Westfield.
What do you think?
I just don't think Jimmy would ever pay for a car. And also, the idea that Jimmy bought it out of guilt. I'm not sure Jimmy has that emotion.
So, what are we going to say?
What do we think?
I think it's a lie.
Yeah, a lie.
I'll go with my team.
They're going to say it's a lie. Jimmy, was it a lie or was it actually true?
Oh, well, I can tell you it was true.